Hi everyone. So here's the Golden Lariat, and I was really excited about doing this one. This is one of my favorite face charts. I was very excited to do this face chart. It features a product that I do like of MAC's very much. I have Hit Pan and I've flattened the dome in several mineralized skin finishes. So yeah, here's another pretty pink look, but this one's much softer on the lower half of the face, but a little bit more dramatic on the eyes minus eyelashes. The liner's a little softer. This is a completely different look using the same quad. So if you bought the Defiance Eye quad, you'll like this as well. Or if you're just a pink eyeshadow lover, you'll definitely enjoy this one. So I hope you enjoy the tutorial and stay tuned for more if you like the way this looks. To get started, I've already prepped and primed my eyelids with Urban Decay Primer Potion. And the look calls for base light paint. I actually do not like the paints. I think they're a bit dry on the lid, so they don't really adhere shadow, particularly sheer shadow. So I'm going to go ahead and take MAC's Paint Pot in Bare Study, which is the paint equivalent. And I'm just going to go ahead and take my cream brush and just place that color onto the eyelid. And just contour around the actual eyelid because I don't really want to get any up into the crease. Now to dupe out the pinks, like I did if you watched my Defiance face chart look, I'm going to be going ahead and taking that same Coastal Scents palette just to keep things fairly consistent, so I'm not showing you crazy dupes here and there and all over the place. So I'm going to be staying consistent with the pinks I did find to dupe out the look. And I'm going to go ahead and take this light peach color from the Coastal Scents palette. This is the second one down. And then I go over all the way over to the pinks and take the first one up to blend out my highlight color. And just get that on my 224. And Defiance is just a really light sort of baby pink highlight color. So if you're down to doing sort of a colored highlight, if you're not, then just go ahead and take maybe like a skin or peachy flesh tone color and just blend that onto the highlight. Alright, enough with the highlight. Now for the lid, I'm actually going to be going ahead and taking this second pink down. It's the Paradise Island eyeshadow, and we're just going to go ahead and put that right on top of the Bare Study or Base Light paint or paint pot, or any sort of iridescent-y white. You can take NYX Cottage Cheese for the eyelid primer, and that just gives us this sort of nice pinky fleshy eyelid. Now the darkest color in that pink eyeshadow quad actually looks a lot like Sketch, except it's a satin, which tells us that it's not very pigmented, which is great. We can go ahead and take sort of a satin color from the Coastal Scents palette. I'm going to go ahead and take this sort of darky plum color. It is in the Purple Row, second one from the bottom. And then I'm also going to go ahead and mix that with a little bit of this kind of more of a true plum, a little bit like MAC's Fig One right here at the very bottom row of the purples. So we're going to just get some sort of a plummy color. If you do have Sketch by MAC or anything like that, that will totally work out too. Just want that plum in there more or less. And we're just going to go ahead and fluff that into the outer corner. Yeah, if I picked up enough pigmentation. Okay, fluff that into the outer. I'm just using a lightweight brush just so that it's not too strong a pigment, because the color of those quads is actually not too pigmented. Almost just like a light flush of color for the spring quads. It's a great introduction to color if you're a neutral person, because they can be appropriate for the office because they're not too pigmented if you're looking at getting those types of colors from the Wonder Woman collection. So just like that. And then I'm kind of looking at the graphic. I know the face chart says just the outer area, but I'm just going to go ahead and take a little bit more of the plummy color. And I'm just going to go ahead and pull a little bit through the actual crease itself a little bit. Putting the majority of the intensity, of course, in the outer, and just sort of shadowing it through the crease, because I notice that I flicked my brush, that the face chart has the intensity up a little bit more, and through the crease. So there really is a difference between the Defiance face chart and the Golden Lariat face chart. Just my little observation of the face chart, the liquid liner is not too intense, so I'm just going to go ahead and take my Kat Von D Tattoo Liner and Trooper like I have for most of my tutorials, and I'm just going to go ahead and line the upper lash line. And I'm just going to kind of outline where I want it to end, so I don't go a whole lot higher than that. So I definitely want to get like a good line just to show that it is sort of like a drawn graphic, but not too much. So just like that. Now just for more definition and intensity, I'm going to tightline with Feline. And now I'm actually going to go ahead and take Night Moth Lip Pencil and then my 219 brush. You can also take an angled brush if you prefer, because I know the face chart mentions taking an angled brush. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And now I'm just going to go ahead and swipe a little bit of that underneath the lower lash line. The face chart does not call for Night Moth, it calls for Prunella, but I think Night Moth can substitute for me because this is what I have. So just like that, and if you'd like you can go back and draw in the waterline. And then I'm just going to go ahead and set that with the eyeshadow we used in the crease and put on some mascara. So for the lashes in this look, they're kind of lightweight, not too showy, not too much. So just put on a lot of mascara yet again. And I'm going to be going ahead and taking Ardell's Fairies, because these are very pretty and lightweight. So I'm just going to go ahead and put those on and be right back. Now this look calls for Golden Lariat Mineralized Skin Finish. It's the big jumbo skin finish that everyone says is too big, they can't go through it, and they can't hold it. I didn't buy it. So what I'm going to be going ahead and taking is my Comfort Bronzer. This is fairly dark, I think, and it's got gold veining. So this face chart does not talk about placement at all of what you should do with this mineralized skin finish, or which side of the blush you should use or whatever. So I'm just going to go ahead and add some bronzing of my own. And if you bought the Golden Lariat, or if you have a bronzer, you can take that if you want to follow along with me. It's completely up to you. I'm just kind of trying to reinterpret the face chart as I see it and based on what it says as well. So just going along with both and just contour. Now that product also has some fairly gold, not just veining, but an actual big chunk of gold. So I'm actually just going to go ahead and take my Golden Bronze Iridescent Loose Powder. This is the Iridescent Loose Powder that I like for the summertime. And I'm just going to go ahead and pat that right there. This is gorgeous for the summertime because you could still see that it's got like a nice glow. If you're more tan, this is a great one. Now the blush in the face chart is done in MAC's Mighty Aphrodite, which is the peach one. It's sort of a re-promote of MAC's Striped Peach, so get your hands on it if you can. And if you want it, I guess I should say. But I'm going to go ahead and do a permanent rendition of it for you guys. MAC Peaches and MAC's Fleur Power. In my MAC Wonder Woman face chart, this is the dupe I used for that as well. So I'm just going to go ahead, tap my brush into both of them. It doesn't say if they blended it or not. I'm just going to go ahead and apply that. Now the lips are done in MAC's Spice It Up Lip Pencil. I don't have it, so I'm just going to go ahead and take Urban Decay's Wallflower for my lips, line them, and fill them in. So for the lips, I'm going to go ahead and dupe out Marquise de Lipstick. I'm going to be using MAC's Cream Sheen in Shy Girl. And for lips, they did not use Emancipation, which is the lookalike to Marquise D. They actually used Secret Identity, which is the bronze. So I'm just going to go ahead and take Girls Delight Dazzle Glass, which is a golden shimmery kind of color, kind of like Secret Identity, but I'm sure Secret Identity is more opaque. But I just want a little bronze. And just my lips really gooey, so I'm just going to go ahead and blot all that. So now I have the rich color without having to worry about getting it on my teeth. So thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.